What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of Round Recap. All right, where we recap the latest round of rugby league and we talk about how great the game is. Okay, how great the great game of rugby league is great. Pretty good round. Round 21 has come to a close. All right, we're getting freakishly close to finals footy, and we're having a little bit of. We were having issues there, but we're pretty good now. If you're a concurrent viewer of Round Recap, you'd understand I wear a suit. All right. As a bit of added humour. Suit's dirty, lad. Suit's dirty. All right. Had a function on Friday night. Suit's dirty. What are you going to do about it? Okay. Thank you for all the growth on the channel. All right. Thank you for all the growth on the channel. We're up to 1.5k subs. Almost at 1.6. It'll be 1.6 by the time this video is up. I'm sure of it. By the time you're watching this, it's 1.6. Could be 1.7. Could be 2k. Hey, you could be coming in real late. Not important. Not important. What is important is there's a 1,000 subscriber live stream this weekend. All right, that's what we're doing. We're doing a 1,000 subscriber live stream. All right. There'll be some sort of goof, some sort of gag. There'll be a theme. There'll be, come tune in. Come tune in. Come watch the live stream. All right. It's me. It's Caleb. And PK is going to be making an appearance for the second time. So PK is going to be back for all the PK fans out there. I think that's all I've got to say. So without further ado, let's get into recapping this week's round. Starting us off on the Thursday night game, Roosters versus the Storm. Pretty cool game this, guys. Pretty cool game. All right, a lot of tries in it. Definitely wasn't the pinnacle of defensive rugby league. All right, defense probably wasn't there as much as it should have been for both teams. And, I consider the Storm and I somewhat consider the Roosters to be, reasonably defensive sound teams. They know how to defend. We know this. It's the Storm, okay? But for some reason, both teams turned up and just thought, hey, we're gonna drop the defense by 60%. And we're gonna up the attack by probably 80 or something. We're just gonna really dial it up on the defense. Don't come at me with percentages there and how that doesn't work. I don't care. This is rugby league and it's a blue collar game and it's not a mathematician's game. So this was a good game if you like tries. I had the Roosters picked. I thought the Roosters were going to get this one done. I thought the Roosters were home free, but there's one man out there who, when the walls started to crumble, right, for the Melbourne Storm, when the walls started to come crashing down around them, there was one man who I'd like to believe lives by the term nut up or shut up. And that's Queensland hooker Harry Grant. Queensland, as they come. Big nut up or shut up guy. I have been told he brings his balls into the arena in a wheelbarrow. Huge. Guy's got huge nuts. He went out there and single-handedly undid his pants, pulled his zip down, all right, and pulled his balls out. And just put it on every single Roosters player's face. Respectfully, okay. Harry Grant, man, he sometimes, he's often really good. Don't get me wrong. I should probably not have my face cam over. He's oftentimes really good, but sometimes, he has games where you just don't see him. But this was one of the games where it was he was pretty, he was pretty active the whole game. Scored a try, set a few up. But in that second half when Jerome Hughes went off with the dislocated shoulder, Harry Grant just clicked into gear. And just, did what skips do. Did what skippers do at the end of the day, and that's take his team to a win. By all means necessary. A lot of tries in this one. Harry Grant, huge balls. And the Roosters came close to winning, guys. This was a good Thursday night game. I give this one I give this one a 6. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. All right, I lost a lot of money on this game. For two of the most prolific try scorers, for the two men who are leading the NRL in try scoring this year, Xavier Coates and Mark Nawaqanitawase, Neither of them could score, and I put everything I had on them. So, yeah. But no, 6 out of 10 for this game. Up next, first Friday night game, Cowboys-Dragons. Before I get into these two games, I will just say that there's not going to be much in commentary for these two games because I didn't necessarily watch them. Work function. I had things on, okay? I was socialising and I was having gin and... If you follow the Instagram, you would know. You would have seen it all on the Instagram page. Go follow the Instagram, by the way. Yeah, I was drinking gin and tonics, okay, and I was really settling into my work. So I didn't watch a lot of rugby league here, but what I can take away is Tom Dearden got a double. Tom Dearden can play footy. The Dragons, they're a team. They get up for a shit fight. They get up for a shit fight, and they know how to play shit fights. Okay. Jeremiah Nanai saved everything from the punt the night before. Made me my money back. I know we're not here to talk punters playbook, but I just thought I should mention that. Jeremiah Nanai, please reach out. What were the Dragons doing that was impressive? Just hanging in there, I think. Just hanging in there was really impressive from the Dragons, okay? They have these games, and as I said in round recap, I picked the Cowboys. It's hard to beat the Cowboys. You have to be a pretty, top 8, a good top 8 side to beat the Cowboys at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. You know, Todd Payton and North Queensland and tropical weather. Tropical, humid. It's winter, and you're coming from, Wollongong, where it's nippy, it's frigid, and then you come up North Queensland Country Bank Stadium. There's still a chill at the right time of day, but, it's sticky, it's humid rugby league weather, and that is how the Cowboys play. And that's how Tom Dearden plays his footy. Okay, that's how Tom Dearden plays his footy. Up next, Broncos, Eels. I really wish I watched this game, okay, but I was well on my way here. I was well on my way, and I missed this game, unfortunately. I went back and I watched some highlights. I went back and watched some highlights, but, I think there's a little bit of controversy behind... Zachy Lomax got a double. Okay, Billy Walters got a try. Kobe Hetherington, Adam Reynolds, Sean Russell, Josh Eckler. A lot of try scorers. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, maybe, for the Broncos. But, yeah, the Broncos lost. And I don't know if it was a controversial call or whatever, but, Reece Walsh, toe punts the ball, gets it down, there was 0 seconds on the clock, it was the last play, and then it got called back. I've seen a lot of that, but as I did predict in Punters Playbook once again, similar to the Queensland Country Bank Stadium Todd Payton situation with the Cowboys, I said, the return of Mitchy Mose, in my opinion, if Nathan Cleary was to get Thanos snapped out of existence tomorrow, I think Mitchell Moses healthy, good run, he's the best number 7 in the comp. There, I said it, all right? I like Mitchell Moses, and I like Footy Dean. Footy Dean puts another team to the sword. So this was a good game. This was a good game. I really wish I watched it, but, yeah, I didn't, unfortunately. Warriors versus Titans. This one I did, in fact, watch out of the corner of my eye. A bit upsetting to see the Warriors lose another one after nearly losing last week. Leka Halasima had one of the all-time great rugby league game-saving tries. The Titans versus the Warriors in the Wallace Shield. Is it the Wallace Shield? I can't think. Please don't butcher me. Please don't crucify me because I didn't know that. I'm a forgetful guy, all right? I have a real bad memory. The Warriors choked this one up. In Auckland too. The Titans just came out there and played a pretty attractive brand of rugby league, all right? A brand of rugby league that fucks and fucks hard. Kieran Foran, it's like he was playing. It was like it was 2011 again, all right? He was playing for a premiership. But yeah. Great brand of footy by the Titans. And unfortunate for the Warriors. But I think the Warriors... Look, at this point, I was hoping the Warriors could go to a grand final, but it's not looking good. I think they'll play finals footy, don't get me wrong. I think they've got to have a real wheels falling off the bus moment for them to not play finals. But the Titans getting this one done isn't the best look. Isn't the best. Penrith versus the Tigers. Abysmal game from the Tigers. I mean, didn't score a try, got held scoreless. 2 points. They led by 2 points at like the first 5 minutes. Nathan Cleary and the Penrith Panthers just had a day out. All right, comeback. They just had a day out. Cleary was kicking them for fun. Penrith players were scoring them for fun. I mean, this game was everything for a Penrith fan, and it was a little bit just lacked a little bit of punch if you were either a Tigers fan or B, an NRL fan. All right, this game just didn't have a lot for me. Probably didn't have a lot for you, but if you're a Penrith fan, then this was the game of the round for you. Don't have much commentary on it. Nathan Cleary can play footy. We know he can play footy. We know he can play footy, so there's no point. There's no use talking about it. All right. The main event of the Saturday night, in my this is probably considered a biased opinion, the best game of the Saturday night of Super Saturday, South versus Sharks. Yeah, low scoring game, but had entertaining moments. Pretty poo as far as rugby league completion rate goes for both teams. I'm right. There was a lot of knock-ons. There was a lot of forward passes. Not too many like high tackles unless you're Jack Whiten, which it's a tender subject. I mean, I personally believe that it probably could have maybe not been a high tackle. It could have maybe just been a clash of heads, and his shoulder might have just, been in the right place at the right time. But anyway, that's from a biased South Sydney fan. Cronulla beat us. This was a game we needed to win. All right, if you're a fan of the channel, my dislike for the Sharks. So we needed to win this one for bragging rights for me. So a little bit selfish from the boys to not go out there and get this one done. But shit, we played our hearts out, okay? Fuck it, actually. I'm counting this as a win. I'm going to say the Sharks lost this because how are you going to be playing for the 8? All right, how are you going to be playing for the top 8? All right, I'm not sure if they're in it. I think they're in it right now. How are you going to be playing for the top 8? And 14-12, bro. 14-12. I think it was something like 50 to 3 tackles. 50 tackles in our red zone, 3 in theirs. Like, come on. And it's 14-12. You nearly got beat. The Sharks suck. And I'm going to stand by that. The Sharks suck. I dislike the Sharks. Okay, Nico Hines isn't. He isn't the best number 7, obviously. All right, I don't even think he's in the top 5. Okay, I don't like the Sharks. And I think this is a win for the Rabbitohs here. That the heart we showed, far superior to anything that Cronulla did, all right? Cronulla was subpar across the field. Their attack was good in open field, but as soon as it got to our try line, it was flat, all right? It was predictable, and it was just average. The only good player I seen out there for the Sharks was Brayley, whatever his name is, Blake Brayley or something. He was the only entertaining player from their team, okay? And, no wonder he wants to leave because no one likes the Sharks, okay? We won this game. We just showed a lot more heart. And, congratulations. Good win from South. We won this game. Just the defense. The defense it was so inspiring. We deserved to win the game, and we did win the game. I know everyone probably wants me to talk spoon, but we'll talk spoon at the end of the video. Okay, because it's a touchy subject. Sunday, Raiders, Knights, 44-18. All right, close game first half. I was getting a little bit worried. I had a multi on there for the Raiders to win, and it being 18 all at one point was 18 all into the sheds was very concerning. But I just held faith that Newcastle would forget how to attack come second half. It's like they were in a coma. They've been in a rugby league offensive coma all season, and then all of a sudden they came out of the coma in the first half against the Raiders. All right, oh my God, shock horror! They're out of the coma, and Newcastle fans around the world, he's woke up. They're out of the coma. They're out of the coma. Oh my God. Call everyone you know. They're out of the coma. All right. And majority of people only got there to see the last try that Fletcher Hunt scored. Okay. And then second half they fall back into a coma. It's like the sudden surge of Newcastle fans coming to hospital bedside to greet the Newcastle Knights out of coma, then put them back into coma. So, and the Raiders stuck it to them. The Raiders put their foot inside the Newcastle Knights rear end. Yeah, sodomised the Knights. The Raiders sodomised the Knights. All right. Yeah, good high stock win from the Raiders. You know, it's hard to be like, oh, well, they only beat the Knights, but they smashed the Knights, and not many teams smash the Knights because the Knights do have good defense. Right, they're awake in terms they're not in a defensive coma. They're only in an attacking coma. All right, so like if you're beating the Knights 44-18, that's got a little bit of substance to it as far as, you know, you're coming up to finals. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good deciding factor to see that, you know, well, the Canberra Raiders can attack, and they know how to pass a pill and kick a pill and score tries off a kicked pill. All right, they know how to just score tries in general. So, except for Hudson Young. Hudson Young, for some reason, has forgotten how to score tries. Okay, Hudson Young needs to be retaught what a try line is, because he just obviously he's just forgotten what a try line is, and he thinks he's just out there playing bull rush. Okay, and he's not. He thinks he's out there doing a yo-yo, a Bronco test or whatever, a beep test, whatever the kids call them nowadays. Last game of the round, Bulldogs versus Manly. Pretty similar performance from Manly as the Tigers. Jason Saab scores a try in the first half. It's 12-4 going into the Sheds, which was like, it's been back and forth, and defense have been there for both teams, and Manly have looked dangerous. And Jason Saab scoring it to go 4-12. It had me holding out hope for Manly, but the Doggies gave them one of the all-time spankings, pulling down the pants, spanking them and pushing them in the mud was what unfolded into the mid-half, and the midway into the second half was when, you know, all the pants started to come down, and one by one Connor Tracy and Matt Burton just started going around and pushing over Manly players into the mud and spanking them. Yeah, what a freakish performance from Bronson. Freakish performance from Connor. You know, if Connor Tracy hadn't already gotten Fighting Field Insights Player of the Round earlier in the year, only a few months ago, he would probably get it again. Might be the first two-time winner, because he was out. He was struggling. His passing game wasn't there, but he was running. All right, he was running, and I like my fullbacks when they run. So, yeah, I don't know much to say about it. I turned this game off probably 15 minutes ago in the second half. Just didn't care. Seen where it was going. Knew Manly weren't going to make a comeback. Ola Kawatu's out again, another dislocated shoulder. 3 shoulder dislocations for the round. Jerome Hughes, Tavita Totola, I think that's how he says his name. He's a South Sydney, so I probably should know that. He's a countryman of mine. And Ola Kawatu, dislocated shoulder again. So, yeah. But that's it. Dolphins had a bye. If you didn't know, Dolphins had a bye. The Dolphins had a bye. That's it. Here comes the time in the episode when we pick shout out Women's Magic Round, McDonald Jones Stadium this weekend. Check it out. We might do a little bit of that in the live stream. You never know. Don't know why I did that. Here comes the time of the video where we pick Game of the Round and Player of the Round. Unlike other episodes where I get in here and I'm an R about who got it, I've already got them both, Game of the Round and Player of the Round, picked out. So, Game of the Round, round 21, Fighting Field Insights Game of the Round, round 21, is going to Broncos versus Parramatta. All right. Close game. Drama. Big shots. Big tries. Big names scoring big tries. Reno, Little General, making a breakdown field. Cool. Epic to see. Love it. Love seeing the little man run. Zachy Lowe, Momax back there putting on a clinic. So, I'm going Parramatta. And it's just good to see Parramatta get a win. You know, they were $4 underdogs. So, yeah. I'm going Parramatta versus Broncos, Game of the Round. Congratulations, Broncos, Parramatta. You are officially Fighting Field Insights Player of the Round. Game of the Round, round 21. So, you know, pat yourselves on the back. And then, for Game of the Round, I'm heading to the Thursday night game and we already spoke about him at the start of the video, and I'm going to give it to the skipper for Melbourne Storm. I'm going to give it to Harry Grant. Congratulations, Harry Grant. You are Fine Field Insights Player of the Round, round 21, all right? I like to see a captain go out there and take charge of the team and win it for the team and not say die. I love it when my players have got a good bit of grit about them, a good bit of bite down on the mouthpiece. Okay, there was a lot of South Sydney players I could have easily given this to just because of the heart and the grind and the determination and just the passion that they showed for each other. It could have been Jai Gray. It could have been Ryan Gray, I think his name is. I think. 68 tackles in 69 minutes. Freakish. Or 69 tackles in 68 minutes, sorry. Freakish numbers. But yeah, it's going to be Melbourne Storm's Harry Grant, the skipper, the man, the one and only. Queensland as they come. Shout out. You win. Congratulations, lad. That probably went for too long. And then, if you haven't been around to a round recap in a while, we check the ladder at the end of every episode just because we're nearing and dearing on finals footy. From this episode, we're not going to start from the bottom because that's fucking depressing. Raiders are in first with a good buffer. One game buffer on the Dogs. 36-34. Storm at 32. The Warriors at 30. Getting a little bit concerning, all right. They're letting the Penrith Panthers back in. Penrith get another 2 good wins and the Warriors lose one. It's... all right, it's getting dire. The Broncos are right there knocking on the door. So are the Sharks. All right, so the Sharks are in the 8. The Dolphins off a bye make the 8, knocking out Manly back down to 9. I'd love to see the Dolphins play finals footy. I think they deserve it. The Roosters have dropped all the way down to 10. Cows in 11. Cows in 11 with a lot of footy to still be played. The Dragons down in 12. Tigers at 13. Looking good for them. Eels at 14. Climbing the ladder. Like, that's what's funny, you know. It's like Dragons, Tigers, Eels, all 18 points. You know, separate, what's that, 3 games? 20, 22, 20. 3 games separate them from overtaking the Roosters. Of course, the Roosters would have to play appalling football, but they're there. Knights in 15, Titans in 16, and unfortunately, South Sydney Rabbitohs in 17th place. And we're staring down the barrel of Wayne Bennett's first wooden spoon. And we're staring down the barrel of our first wooden spoon in probably a decade. I don't know stats for that, but we definitely haven't had a wooden spoon in years that I can recall. Wayne Bennett's probably going to get a wooden spoon, and we're probably going to play for a spoon bowl, and we're going to finish last on the ladder. And I did not see that coming. All right, no one could have predicted how bad the injury crisis was going to be. It's gotten worse. All right, we're losing a player a week. Shit. To name the ones off the top of my head, here's who I can name: Cameron Murray, first of all. Cody Walker, Keon, Trell. That's like. Ravuello, it's been so long, I can't even remember bro's name. The winger that we signed at the start of the year, McCullough, Ravuello or whatever, he's been out since like round 4. There's 5. Jamie Humphries. I don't know if he's injured or if they've just dropped him back down to reserve grade, but he wasn't there. Peter Memezelos. What am I at? 7. Tavita Totola. Just got injured. Campbell Graham. What are we up to? 8? 9? That's 8. I know there's more. There's another one in there somewhere. There's another one. Jai Gray has just gotten back. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing one. It is what it is, man. Injuries. So brutal. We're probably going to win a spoon. We're probably going to get a spoon. Our run doesn't look promising at all. And, yeah. Like, let me take you through a bit of a roadmap. Just before we wrap this video up, I want to take you through a bit of a roadmap of what's coming up for us. So we got the Broncos. Lose that game. Depending on who's back, we're going to lose that game. Broncos are going to be pissed off. They lost Paramount. We're going to lose. And then we play Titans. We're probably going to lose that game. We're probably going to lose that game because before the Titans beat the Warriors, I would have said, we could probably beat the Titans. Not now. Nowhere near. Not now. We're gonna get smoked. So we've already just lost another 2. All right. Parramatta, Mitchell Moses is gonna slaughter us. All right. Dragons, Clint Gutho on a Thursday night. Gutho's just gonna dance on her head. All right. 26. This is where it gets really ugly, by the way. This is where it gets really freaking ugly. Oh, we're going to buy. Oh, my God. Round 6, we're going to win a game. Okay. Round 27 is where it gets real fugly. All right. We play the Roosters. All right. If you know rugby league, you know this is a pinnacle game for us, and we're going to get smashed at Allianz. And that one guy, that one larger gentleman I see on TikTok all the time who does the Rooster, 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 man. I want to be a Roosters fan. He's going to hit that dance on my South Sydney team's grave. So, yeah, it's all dark storms and sad violin music and grey clouds moving forward. Okay, it's a wooden spoon. It's Reggie the Rabbit. It's a wooden spoon. It's Reggie the Rabbit. Yeah, it's Reggie the Rabbit holding the wooden spoon. Don't give him the spoon. Don't give him the spoon. We haven't done anything to deserve it, man. All I can hope is next year we just have all these hot, fit players. Just hotties, fit players. Now, I just hope next year we have a salary cap that's playing rugby league. That'd be great. Anyways, guys, I've held you up for enough of your time. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to the video as per usual. Okay, we're at 1.5k. I will go up 1.6k. By the time you're watching this, hopefully. All right. We're almost at 2k subs. All right. And I haven't even done a 1,000 subscriber special. So like and subscribe to the video. Check out my socials, Instagram, TikTok. All right. We're trying to get the Instagram to 100 followers. Still trying to do that. We still haven't hit it yet, but we're getting there. Okay. Live stream this weekend, all right, I'm going to come out and put on my socials some dates and stuff, and I'll have better, more solid, reliable information for you guys on Wednesday's episode of Punters Playbook. So you know times, dates, etc., and what to bring. What to bring, obviously, to your computer screen and or your phone or tablet or laptop, okay, or TV. To watch the said stream. Popcorn, beer, something, etc. Chips, shapes, barbecue shapes, chicken crimpies, I don't know. Whatever. Have a good week, guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday for Punters Playbook when we talk about making money. Alright? Because it ain't funny. Like honey. I'm not going to do this. Anyways, guys, have a good weekend. Reggie's not getting that spoon.
Can you look at the camera and say, Jai Gray, please come on the show.
Jai Gray, please come on the show, mate. You're a great ambassador for the game. Please come on.
Cheers, guys.